Hello, everyone. Today, I'd like to share with you my terrible experience dealing with the government of St. Kitts and Nevis and their citizenship by investment program. In a nutshell, I applied in 2021, made the contribution in 2022, and since then, no passport, no refund, nothing but stress, frustration, and disappointment. So the whole story goes like this. It all started around mid 2021. My family and I decided to apply through the program. We picked a few authorized agents from the official government list and chose the one we felt was the most suitable at that time. We gathered and translated all the required documents, filled out the government forms, and paid the initial agent and due diligence fees. The application was officially received by the government in September 2021. At that point, we knew that the due diligence process could take several months or so. So we didn't stress right away. But after about 3 months of complete silence, we started to get worried. And 6 months in, it got worse. In March 2022, our agent forwarded us a press release from the government that they were pausing all applications from Russian and Belarusian applicants. By then, we already assumed we wouldn't be getting passports, considering the situation between Russia and Ukraine. But then, out of nowhere, in August 2022, we got an email from our agent saying our application had actually been approved back in December 2021. Believe it or not. So the agent completely missed the approval email for almost 8 months. But we asked her whether it was still possible to make the contribution, and she said she spoke to a representative who confirmed it was still an option. Here is where the things started to get really questionable. Even though we were aware of the press release, we asked the agent whether we would still be able to get our passports after payment. She told us that Russian applicants actually had received passports after the press release. Much later, we found out that it was a total lie, because even people who had finished the naturalization process before the press release still haven't received their passports. So the bottom line, how can you trust these so-called authorized agents if they represent the government's interests, not yours, if something goes wrong? The agent even forwarded us an email from a CBI representative saying we could still proceed with the contribution. And despite having serious doubts, we went ahead due to certain personal circumstances. I also paid the remaining fees to the agent. It turned out all of that was a huge mistake. About a month later, the agent followed up again. This time, she forwarded us another message from CBI unit saying files are currently, all Russians, on hold until further notice, regardless of where they are in the pipeline. So that means they took the money knowing that our application would be on hold afterwards and wouldn't be processed. After that, total silence. We emailed this CBI unit multiple times without getting any reply. Our agent kept saying what happened was illegal and blamed the newly elected government. At some point, we even thought about taking legal action, but in the end, after talking with local lawyers, we realized the system was just too corrupt, and basically, any lawyer would likely just take our money, and we would end up with no results. And their independence from the government was questionable. Now, also, if you take a look at the Form C4 investment confirmation, you will notice a clause that basically says you waive your right to take any legal action. And believe it or not, they even specify the United States courts in a separate paragraph. Let me quote it for you. I expressly agree and confirm that I and the persons included in this application will not, under any circumstances, take any legal action or commence proceedings of any kind against the government of St. Kitts&Nevis or any of its servants, agents, or employees in any court or with any administrative body or agency in the United States of America. Well, that alone should raise massive red flags, huh? Why would a government-backed program include language that completely strips away your right to take legal action, even internationally? Then, in November 2023, we received an email from our agent with a government statement saying they had decided to issue refunds and asked for bank details. What a surprise. Sounds great, right? But let's be real. They didn't do it out of goodwill, like they cared. It only happened because another investor spoke out publicly, posted videos, and wrote articles on the internet. So he brought attention to this injustice, and they reacted. By the way, I express my deep gratitude to him. He did a great job, really. So we sent our bank info right away, but the things got weird, though. Our agent promised for months to forward the info and eventually just stopped replying to my messages. So I sent the info directly to the CBI unit and still no response. We managed to call the office once, and funny thing, they claimed like the banks refused the refund. Obviously, that was just another excuse. They redirected us to the office of the Attorney General for some reason. We left a message, no response. We called and they said they would look into it. That was January 2025, and we haven't heard a word since. So to sum it all up, dealing with the government of St. Kitts&Nevis has been a nightmare. For my family and me, it's been years of stress, lies, and disappointment. From the start, it felt like we were caught in a government-backed scam or something like that. Their authorized agent misled us, assuring us that we would receive passports after payment, knowing that it would never happen. Meanwhile, the government took our money without giving us any warning that it would not process our application after payment. That alone says a lot about how this government operates. Basically, the government of St. Kitts and Nevis took the money from investors and has done absolutely nothing to make things right. So it's been over a year and a half since they officially stated they would issue refunds. Yet most of us are still left in the dark. No passports, no refunds, no accountability, and in my case, no communication. So if you're considering a Caribbean passport, do yourself a favor. Stay far away from St. Kitts and Nevis. There are other islands out there, like Grenada, for example. As far as I know, they at least seem to operate with some level of integrity and respect for investors, no matter where they are from. Last thing, if you're in the same situation, feel free to reach out to me. We got to stick together and help spread the word about how the government of St. Kitts and Nevis really operates. People shouldn't be fooled by their flashy website or their sharp-looking officials. It's all just a facade. Thank you for watching. Take care and stay informed. Bye.